Today I want to talk about evil priority, and a big thanks to John Butler, who I read one of his books as a devotional, and this message really stood out for me. Luke chapter 4 verse 3, and the devil said unto him, If you be the Son of God, command this stone that it may be turned into bread, or be made bread. And one of the things with Satan is he advances always on an evil priority, and he's telling Christ to make bread out of stones. And there's 10 things that John Butler mentions how these evil priorities can take over. First, we see in that scripture that the priority of our will over God's will. It's not God's will to make bread out of stones. Christ came to do the will of God, not to do his own will. The second one was the priority of body over soul. This temptation has made the physical need, which is bread, more important than the spiritual need, which is obeying God. It's like the social gospel. It puts more emphasis on feeding the stomach than saving the soul. The third, the priority of reputation over character. In tempting Christ, Satan emphasized the Son of God's identity, and doing this miracle would enhance his reputation as the Son of God. But Jesus was more interested in his character than his reputation. The fourth, the priority of privilege over responsibility. Christ had many privileges, including miraculous power, but he emphasized his responsibilities more than his privileges. The fifth one is the priority of circumstance over commands. Jesus had some dire circumstances, but the commands of God, not the circumstances, guided his conduct. The sixth thing was the priority of pleasure over purity. Bread would give him physical pleasure, but it would defile him because the bread would come through evil means. The seventh one is the priority of self over others. Had Jesus done what the devil proposed, he would have sinned, and so the redemption plan of God to save others would have been nullified at that point. The eighth thing is the priority of temporal over eternal. Satan said to take care of the temporal need of bread and ignore eternal consequences for disobedience. The ninth one was the priority of sight over faith. Satan tempted Christ to live by sight. The bread you can see, and not by faith, which is trusting God to supply the bread that you cannot see. And the 10th and last one is simply the priority of the false over the genuine. Satan tempted Christ to have a great achievement, but it would have been a false success, not a real success. So I just hope with character and everything else today, you're blessed. Hey, thanks very much for watching Hope is Alive channel. To watch more videos, don't forget to subscribe and click over here, or just down there, or just there over my shoulder, or just up to the right of my head. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Send to your friends.